Hi guys, my name is Sam. Welcome back to my channel. Today you guys have unlocked a new part of my house, so welcome. Please ignore the tape on the wall. We had something hanging there and clearly it's not there anymore. But today I'm going to be filming my July TBR and I will be bringing back my original game. I just got a lot of comments, or maybe a few, that you guys loved my game, and also I feel like I spent a good enough amount of time on it to just bring it back. And I played the wheel for the first half of the year, so it's time for me to start out on a new venture. I'm going to be playing this game for the regular 5 spins that I would have done for my wheel, and then I am also participating in the Tarot Readathon, so I will be pulling cards for that at the end as well. I'm gonna do 5 spins here and then 5 cards. That way I can have an even 10, and if I finish the 5 cards, I'll be pulling more because the Tarot Readathon is a competition-based readathon. This is the first one I'll ever be participating in, so wish me luck. But obviously I want to get as many points as I can for my team. I just don't know that the books that I get for my game will overlap with the tarot game, which is why I'm only picking 5 for now. And if you want any of the information on that, I'll leave everything linked down below. It is hosted by Deja and Noel, and they do have a Discord with all of the information, the teams, the prompts. I am going to be on Team Pentacles, and we also have special abilities connected to each team, and our special ability is that we can re-pull a card 1 time. So I'm hoping I can use that to my advantage today, especially if I want to make the books overlap so that I can get more points for my team. As usual, we need to go over what I read last month, so let me do that really quickly. For the first prompt, we got a prompt off someone else's TBR, and that prompt ended up being a thriller, and I used The Last Time I Lied by Riley Sager, which I did read. The second spin was a dice roll 2-word title, Serpentine Valentine by Gianna Darling, which I have currently DNF'd. I'm considering picking it back up after watching the live show, but I'm still not sure. But I did try to read it, and that does count. I got Random Color, and for that we got Black Brown, and I picked One Dark Window by Rachel Gillick. I currently have this tabbed out to read this week. I still have a week left. Next prompt that we got was Last to First Letter, and the last letter of One Dark Window is W, so I had to pick a book with a title that started with W. I picked Whistleblower by K Cove, and if you have watched my TBR Tournament vlog, you know this one is a soft DNF for now, and I'm still going to count that as a win in my book. And the last prompt that I got was for my mom to pick. She picked The 7 Husbands of Evelyn Hugo, which I have the dust jacket off of right now, but I also have this one tapped out to read for this week. So everything is currently in progress, DNF'd, or I did read 1. But I have read a lot this month. I'm not going to be too harsh on myself. Anyways, I'm not going to be taking a punishment because I'm going to be playing a different game this time around. However, I do want to establish what my reward and punishment will be for this game because it is going to be different from the wheel. So as far as rewards go, I'm going to be giving myself a hall pass each time I win a TBR, and these can be accumulated to use in any month. So for instance, if I win 2 hall passes back to back, and then there's a month where I do not read 2 books, I can use that to count off those books so that I don't fail and have to take a punishment. And that's how that's gonna work. And then as far as the punishment goes, originally I wanted to do adding spins. However, I decided in my last vlog that when I reach the end of the game, I'll be doing a giveaway. So I don't want to make it easier for myself to make it to the end, which means that instead of doing extra spins, I'm going to be doing 2 books per prompt. So still the 5 spins, but each spin I have to pick 2 books to fulfill that prompt. So those are going to be the rewards and punishments for this game. Let's move back on over to the board. Let me re-explain a little bit about the board and hop into my 5 spins. Okay, so again, this is the board. This is my little token, start, the spinner, and these are the spaces. The book is a free pick. The cup is a TBR jar pick. The blue is a sun pick, which would be very detrimental right now because he's asleep. The twin sign is dual POV. The girl spot is pet pick. The spinner wheel is a random book on my Kindle. The light green is mood read. The dark red is 500 plus pages. And then we also have these stop signs, which are not going to be stop in my game. They're just going to be, if I land on them, then I get it. This is a wheel of chance where I spin a wheel for 5 books that I do want to read or 5 books that I don't, and whichever one I land on, that's what I'm reading. Then we have the marriage spot, which is to read a romance. The nice school spot, which is to read a middle grade or a young adult. The family spot, which is where my family picks a book. The baby spot, which means I would have to add a book if I land on 6 through 10. And then the risky spot, which is to read a book outside of my comfort zone. So let's go ahead and do our 5 spins and see what we will be reading this time around. Spin number 1. 3. 1, 2, 3. That's a prompt card. And we have romance. Perf. For spin number 1, we got romance, and for that I'm going to be slotting in my buddy read, or one of them, and that is King of Pride, which is the second in the Kings of Sin series. We read King of Wrath, well, reread it last month, and so we're continuing on with the series. This one is following Kai and Isabella, and I cannot wait to read about them. Spin number 2. 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Another prompt card. Random letter title. For the second spin, we got random letter title. So I'm going to be randomly generating the letter right now and seeing what we get. Okay, it's going X. You know we can't use that. I'm getting a free pass on this one. F. Okay, let me see what I have for this. Okay, the letter F actually works perfectly because I'm going to be buddy reading Forbidden King by Laura Pavlov with Karina this month as well. So this is what I'm slotting in for that. It is the 3rd book in the Magnolia Falls series, and we are following Kingston, and it's a best friend's little sister romance. I'm super excited. We had mixed feelings about the second book, but I absolutely loved the first one. So I want to see where our heads are at after this 3rd book. Spin number 3. 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Another prompt card. Highest rated. The next prompt I got was highest rated, and I think I'm going to stick to my rule from my wheel where I pick out of the top 3. So let's go ahead and generate my highest rated books. Okay, I actually do not need to pick out of the top 3 because currently my highest rated book that is unread on my shelves is One Last Rainy Day by Kate Stewart. I left that in the room, so I don't have it to hold up with me, but I'm super excited to read this. And originally I had it on my hopefuls, but then I tried to cut my hopefuls down. So it's funny that this ended up being on here, and I know I'm going to fucking lose it. I can't wait to read this one though. So guess I'll be reading One Last Rainy Day. In number 4, because I already know what the highest rate is going to be. On a Kindle spin. The next spin that we got was to randomly generate a Kindle book that I own, and I currently have 215 books on my Kindle, so let's randomly generate that number. And this is not including the most recent Stuff Your Kindle Day, so I hope that doesn't hinder it too much, but I believe I picked up like less than 20 books. So let's see what we get. Oh, almost forgot to screen record. Okay, now we're going. Let's see what number we get. 73. So I'm gonna pull up my Google Sheets. And number 73 is Touch Me Not. Let me see what book that is. Okay, so I've looked it up. Touch Me Not by April Baker. I'm weak at the motherfucking series name. The Man Horse series, book 1. But I'm not too happy about this because the book is 569 fucking pages long. So that's a lot, but it's looking like it's going to be a best friends to lovers romance, because from the first few sentences that I can see, it says that Lily, who is the female main character, has suffered a tragedy and therefore she doesn't like to be touched. And so that makes it hard for her to tell her best friend that she's in love with him. So I'm intrigued, I guess. Do I want to read an almost 600-page book this month? No. So we'll see how that one goes. And spin number 5. A 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes, a free pick. What a great way to end off the game. And then, thank God, especially after that last pick, we got a free pick. And for this, I'm just going to be slotting in a cozy. I can't tell you exactly which one, but I'll pop it up on the screen by the time this video goes up, because I'm currently reading the Cupcake Bakery mystery series with Dana, and we have already read 4 of them this month. So I don't know where I'll be by the end of the month, but I'm currently reading number 5, and whichever one is next, that's the one I'm going to slot in as my free pick, because I have been zooming through these, absolutely loving them. They follow 2 co-owners of a bakery, and in each book we have followed a different murder where she's kind of like being a little sleuth, even though she's not a detective. So they're really fun, and I think it'll be a nice easy choice for me to kick off this TBR, especially if I don't want to get a punishment right away in the next round. We needed something easy after that 600-page book. So that is everything that I'm picking for this game. Let me go ahead and pull out my tarot cards and get into the tarot pulls for the start to my Tarot Readathon TBR. Okay, so as I said before about the Tarot Readathon, my team special ability is that we can re-pull 1 time. So I will be using that to my advantage if need be, but don't know if it was ever specified whether or not we could pick from the top of the deck or anywhere in the deck. So I'm just gonna pick from the top just to be fair, because I don't know the exact rule on that. And let's go ahead and start. So the first pull I have is, girl, the devil. What you mean? The prompt for the devil is to read a book with mixed reviews, and I think I'm gonna keep this prompt and go ahead and put in To Sir Philip with Love by Julia Quinn, which is the 5th book in the Bridgerton series. And I'm picking this solely because people have mixed reviews on the entire fucking series, the entire show, everything about it. But me and Dana decided to continue our read of this series this month, so I'm gonna put that in as my book with mixed reviews. Next pull is the 3 of Swords. The prompt for the 3 of Swords is to read a book that you think could make you cry. So what better book to put for this prompt than One Last Rainy Day? We already know. So that's what I'm gonna pick. This is going so good so far. Prompt number 3 is the Queen of Cups. The Queen of Cups prompt is to read a book that explores non-traditional forms of love. And then in the explanation it says, such as platonic or familial, but does a why choose count as non-traditional forms of love? Because if so, then I will be sliding in the Swoonie Readers pick for the month, which is Triple Duty Bodyguards. I know nothing about it except for it's a why choose, and I don't typically read why choose, so I'm interested to see how I feel about this one. But I would consider that non-traditional to ask after I film this, but if that doesn't count, I'm going to use my redraw here. Pull number 4 is the 10 of Cups. A lot of cups going around. And that's to read a book in your favorite genre. God bless the TBR gods right now. So because I want some of these pulls to overlap, I am going to slot in King of Pride for that one, which I picked in my original TBR, and hope that that means that I can do some extra pulls during the month. And then for pull number 5, we have the Knight of Pentacles. And the Knight of Pentacles is to read your most anticipated book on your TBR. Yeah, I think this is gonna be a crazy out of left field pick, but I'm gonna put for my most anticipated read on my TBR right now, I'm gonna put Off the Beaten Path. And this is solely because majority of my friends have read it this month. Like, I'm just seeing them pick it up back to back to back on Goodreads and are giving it 4 and 5 stars. And then when they were talking about it on a live earlier, Karina said that it is a small town single dad romance, and y'all know Heartless just became my favorite book of the year, so I have to dive into this one. I am definitely super excited to read it and see if I love it just as much as them. So that's going to be my TBR for this one so far. Like I said, if I can get to all of these, then I will be continuing to pull, and that wrap up will be crazy. But that is everything that I have for you guys today. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one.